Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of September 16th through September 20th, 2019. And what we have here, I'm going to go over the major currency pairs, and I'm going to give you my breakdown of what I think is going to happen based on this previous week, okay, this last trading week, and then I'm going to look at some higher time frames and kind of give you my analysis based on higher time frames of what I think is going to happen this coming week. Okay, so one thing I want to note real quick is that if we look at all these major currency pairs right here, okay, EURUSD, Pound USD, AUDUSD, we see that they've all been running in a flat range of motion, pretty much in a sideways fashion. Okay, and if we look at like even US dollar Swiss franc, it's been pretty much moving in a sideways fashion. Okay. Now, if we look at US dollar Japanese yen, it has steadily gone up. Okay, and it's kind of like plateaued here. And it's kind of the same thing with US dollar Canadian dollar. Okay, the US dollar is a little bit stronger than the Canadian dollar, but overall, most currencies have been running in a sideways flat range of motion. Okay, so what that means is that there's a lot of inconsistency between the bulls and the bears, and all the currencies are fighting really hard against one another. The US dollar is slowly trying to go into a downtrend, but it's fighting to go back up. And same thing with the Great British Pound and the Euro. Okay, even the Australian dollar. They all want to gain momentum. Okay, so when you have two different currency pairs that are mated together, and they both want to gain strength, okay, you get this really hard fighting, like tooth and nail fight. So they're pretty much going to be in like this flat range of market, which we have here, okay? So to begin with, we're looking at Euro USD, okay, to begin with, and we see that it has indeed been in a flat range of motion. The market ended up just slightly higher than where it began last week. And what we can tell, though, where is this going to go? Is it going to go down? Is it going to continue to go up? It has been slowly going up. And if we look at the 4-hour chart, okay, we see that we have let me refresh this indicator. We have an up arrow right here, okay, but we do not have a down arrow yet, okay. So technically, this should be going up still, okay. If we look at the daily chart, let me shift this over so you can see it better. If we look at the daily chart, we have an up arrow here, okay. So this means that overall, Euro USD will be going up, okay? I just want to kind of point that out. So long term, I feel that this is definitely going to be going up. If we look at the weekly, it's just starting to go up in the past week, okay? So yes, this is definitely slowly going up, okay? If Euro USD goes up, what that means is that the US dollar is slowly going to go down, okay? But like I said, both of these have been fighting to go up. So we're probably more or less going to see a continuation of this range of market this coming week, but we're going to see a slight uptrend as the euro starts to gain momentum, okay? So long term, this is definitely going to be going up. And what I would be looking for this week, if you use like a 15-minute chart or 30-minute chart, I would be looking for buy opportunities only, okay? As we see right here on the 15-minute chart, we have two red arrows but no blue arrow, okay? So what does that mean? Well, it's pretty much plateaued at this high level right here. And I think this is going to drop a bit, and we're going to see probably a blue arrow form on the 15-minute and 30-minute chart sometime Monday, late Monday, maybe early Tuesday. Once you get this signal to buy on that 30-minute chart, it should be good enough. If you get a buy signal, you should be good to go for a long-term buy, okay? I would probably place a buy trade and hold it for a couple days, okay? But just wait until you get a buy opportunity. Do not sell right now, because chances are it'll shoot up if you place a sell trade right now, okay? And pretty much the same thing is going on with Pound USD. We see here on 30-minute chart that we get a down arrow. So this should be getting ready to drop. okay? But overall, if we look at some of the higher time frames, like the 4 hour, we have a down arrow, but the daily and the weekly show this to be going to an uptrend, okay? So the long-term trend is definitely bullish, meaning this will be going up, okay? So if you use a 30-minute chart, even a 1 hour chart is okay, but I would be looking for buy opportunities only. Yeah, right now you could sell it and this will most likely to drop, but the chances are if you place a sell trade right now, it will shoot up even more. Okay, so I would not look to sell right now. I would wait probably to about Tuesday, and Monday is always kind of slow anyways when the market first starts, at least until the New York session on Monday starts, and then kind of see where we are in the market, okay? And just, you know, wait until you have a buy opportunity, okay? So that is my good advice. If you get a buy opportunity on the 30-minute or 1 hour chart, hold it for long term. You probably could hold it for the rest of the week because it should be going up, okay? As you see here on the 1 hour chart, you know, this has been going for the last 2 weeks, but it has slowly been creeping up. So like I said, just wait for this to drop, hit a blue arrow, somewhere in here it'll probably drop, I'm guessing, and then it'll shoot up even further, okay? So that's what we need to be looking for, is buy opportunities. Moving on to Australian dollar, US dollar, we see this past week it has been moving in a flat range market. The end is slightly higher than where it started, right? But, you know, that means it's kind of an uptrend. If we look at the 4 hour, we see that yes, this has in fact been going up, but now hit this strong level of resistance and most likely will be dropping. Okay, we'll be dropping and coming down. But if we look at some of the higher time frames, the daily and weekly, all we have is a blue arrow here, okay? Especially in the weekly. Look at this. It came up, some dropped back down, but now has finally been going up. So, in the last couple of weeks. So what I think is going to happen is that this will, in fact, drop a bit this coming week. Probably Monday and Tuesday you're going to see this drop. But towards the middle of the week, late Tuesday, early Wednesday, you're going to see this shoot back up even more. So again, you know, even though we have, like on the 1 hour and 4 hour, we have a sell opportunity, wait for this to drop and form a blue arrow, especially on the 1 hour and 4 hour. Since we already have a red arrow on the 4 hour, I would probably wait for a buy signal. Now, looking at this, if you place a sell trade now, you probably would be safe to sell and catch a few hundred pips. But to be ultra safe, ultra conservative, I would wait until you get a buy opportunity. Okay, you know, I love to sit here and place trades all day long, scalp or whatever. But the thing is, you want to look at where the market is going long term. Okay, that's what you want to do. You don't want to necessarily be on these charts 24 hours a day, looking at these things every 15 minutes, trying to, you know, squeeze all the pips out of the market that you possibly can. I would just, you know, wait for a buy opportunity and then hold it for long term. You can hold it for a few days, maybe even a few weeks. I don't know. But it is definitely going to an uptrend, and long term, this is going to keep rising up. So, like I said, if EURUSD, Pound USD, and AUDUSD, all these Australian dollars going up, then the US dollar should be going down. Okay, so if we look at the US dollar Swiss franc, okay, we can see this past week that it has pretty much been in a flat range of market. But long term, where is this going? Okay, if you look at the 4 hour, we have a down arrow right here. Okay, so you know, it's come back up a little bit, but overall this will be dropping. Okay, if you look at the daily, you know, we do not have a red arrow yet. So I'm thinking for this coming week we're going to see a drop, a definite drop. And I know I showed this last week, but according to the 4 hour, the weekly chart here, we have a downtrend right here, okay? Now, this downtrend has been broken, okay? For all intents and purposes. It broke coming up here. So, what does that mean? Does that mean that we're going to have an uptrend now? I don't think so. It is very possible, but the thing is, more than likely, we'll probably see a flat range of market for a while as this US dollar fights to go back up. I know that, you know, the US dollar is still the strongest currency in the world, so we can see a surge in this US dollar, but long term, it's going to be going down. Even if we look at the monthly, you know, we still have a red arrow here, and it has never actually dropped down to where it should be going. So I would look for sell opportunities only, okay, with this US dollar Swiss franc. Now, you know, if it goes into a flat range of market, it'll be okay to buy or sell. But the thing is, if you look at the larger trend, the bigger trend, all right, the US dollar is definitely wanting to go into a downtrend. So for me, I would look for sell opportunities only, okay? That is the key. Look at your daily, weekly, even monthly charts to kind of get an idea of how the market is going to go long term, and then base that decision on your smaller time frames, okay? So if you use like a 15-minute or 30-minute chart, you want to be trading in the direction of the larger time frames, okay? So I want to kind of throw that out there. Now, US dollar Japanese yen kind of typically goes in the opposite fashion. So if the US dollar Swiss franc is fighting to go to a downtrend, the US dollar Japanese yen should be fighting to go into an uptrend, okay? And if we look here this past week, it has definitely been slowly going to an uptrend, right? It's kind of plateaued right here and looks like it's getting ready to come down. But if we go to the 4-hour chart, we see it got a red arrow. But if we look at the daily has an up arrow and the weekly has an up arrow, okay? So what does this mean? All right, this means that definitely long term, this will be going up. Now the monthly, as you can see, only has a red arrow. And if I draw a trend line coming down like this, okay, we have what looks like almost a perfect downtrend here, okay? So we could expect, if the weekly shows to be going up, all right, this is the last couple weeks has been going up. So we can expect in the next couple of weeks for this to keep going up until it hits this trend line, and then it should back down, okay? So for right now, I would look for buy opportunities only with the US dollar Japanese yen, since typically it goes in the reverse or opposite fashion from the US dollar Swiss franc. So definitely, if you don't know a 30-minute chart or whatever, look for buy opportunities only. So right now on the 30-minute chart, we have a red arrow. So this is probably going to drop some, but overall, like I said, it's going to be shooting up the next couple weeks. So if you wait until you get a buy opportunity on like the 30-minute or even 1-hour chart, and when you get that buy opportunity with the blue arrow, that's when you want to jump into a trade. As you see here on the hour chart, 1-hour chart, we have a red arrow, but it kept going up. All right, we got a red arrow now, and it looks like it's probably going to start dropping. Okay, it's kind of hitting this plateau, right? So it should be getting ready to drop. But like I said, I cannot say 100% certain, but wait for this to drop, and then hit the buy button once you get a buy opportunity. Get a blue arrow, okay? Now moving on to US dollar, Canadian dollar. It's kind of the same thing. It has been a slight uptrend, but more or less has been a flat range of market. All right, as these two have been fighting against one another. US dollar, Canadian dollar is kind of a unique pair, but US dollar is definitely winning in this situation. Now, if we look at the daily, I'll look at the 4-hour also, but we have an up arrow, but a down arrow. Okay, so kind of what does that mean? You know, even the monthly shows a down arrow. So overall, long term, the US dollar is going to be going down against the Canadian dollar. All right, but like I said, both of these are always fighting neck to neck, and I foresee a flat ranging market more or less coming this week again. Now we have an up arrow here on the daily, meaning it's going to go up, but the bigger trend, the weekly, even the monthly, shows it to be going down. So I would wait. Right now, according to the 4-hour, it's already been shooting up, and it's going to keep shooting up. You know, probably back in this area here. If I draw a horizontal line right here, we see that this was a level of resistance. It was broken, but still is a strong level of resistance. Okay, and this probably is going to shoot up, touch this resistance, maybe break. I don't know, but it's definitely going to come down once it gets to this resistance level. Okay, so we're looking at probably Tuesday or so before you actually get a sell opportunity. And once that level of resistance is hit, then definitely be looking to sell. Okay, do not try to buy this right now. You most likely could buy right now and catch a few hundred pips. I'll leave it up to you, but to be safe, be ultra conservative, I would look for sell opportunities only with the US dollar, Canadian dollar. Okay, so that is my trade predictions for the major currency pairs this week. If you have any questions or comments about this particular analysis, or if you have another currency pair that you would like me to check, I'm not going to be able to go over all these different currency pairs in this video, but certainly if you have a particular currency pair like EURUSD or something like that that you want me to check, just reach out to me on Facebook and ask me to check it, and I'll be more than happy to try to give you my analysis. Also, I want to hear your analysis on what you think is going to happen, and we can compare notes. Okay, so there is a link below in the description of this video from my personal Facebook account, okay, that you can contact me on. Okay, also there is a link in the description of this video from my private Facebook group, and you can post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. This way, myself and other traders, we can all collaborate together and kind of give have an open discussion about this analysis or whatever other analysis that you think you might have. Okay, so just let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, thank you and have a wonderful day.